Well, after I hot glued my wire on my Harbor Freight Viking battery charger, I used my, I'm trying to get a good photo with my headlamp. I used my 3M tartan vinyl electric tape, which is probably about 35 years old, depending on which package I grabbed. It might even be a little bit older. And I hot glued the wire, and I took the wires and wrapped them with electrical tape around the charger itself so it can't break again. So I looped it. So I have big loops. So the only place that it can actually break is right at this connection. Not that one on there, but that one can break at that connection right there. This one can't, because it's tied short, and that will never wiggle again. Nor will this one here. That will never ever wiggle again. This one could break in the cold weather from flexing it back and forth. And this one also. But that doesn't matter. There's still plenty of wire, at least 8 inches, if it does break, so I can reconnect it. I'll show you another thing on my battery tenders. I have a couple battery tenders that I leave on my lawnmower batteries over the winter. This one is just dug all that garbage out and tossed it in there so I can find it, but no, it's being a hinder. So I've got a battery tender, and it's hooked up to this battery. That's a lawn tractor battery. And I'm going to disconnect the negative first so it doesn't spark. But I had to flip it upside down because the battery acid ate the cheap Chinese copper away. There's almost nothing left of it. Why won't it focus? Now you can see it. So if I get it on there the right way, you can see it's flashing. I put it back on. I'm going to put it on so the jaws grab onto the terminal with what's left of the copper on the clamp. Now quit flashing because it's back on and barely even grabbing. I've got another battery tender that did the same thing. That's from just like a year and a half at the very most. It corroded and ate that cheap Chinese. I'm assuming maybe it's good American copper, but I'm just assuming it's probably cheap Chinesium. Try to get back on there so it. And yep, no, it's charging again. It's not flashing. And I've got another one here. That's on an interstate battery. Right now it's charging because I just pulled it off about 10 minutes ago to check and see if it's still, which ones were corroded. And we're gonna pull the negative off and look back at that. Now it's flashing red because I pulled that off. Let's look at this connector. So you can see The right side of that still has steel on it. This one doesn't look like copper. It looks like steel, whatever the heck it is, but the left side is totally corroded and just about gone. And turn it around. Anyways, try to chip that off so we can see a little better. I don't want to turn the video off until it's totally clear of how messed up it is. Try to get some of that acid off there. There you go. That one, you can see that it's just corroded, and there's the side lip is totally worn down, eaten away. Now that one on the left, that's totally eaten away too. There's no lip on the left-hand side. On the right, there's a little bit of a lip where it can grab onto the battery. But that's another battery tender there. I probably won't buy battery tender ever again. And we'll look back there. There's a negative. Positive is over there. We're going to put that back on. Let's try to clamp on the one where it still has the lip. We'll grind that in a little bit. It's still on. Now it's on red and flashing still. Now I'm going to put the negative back on. And it goes to solid because now it's going to charge. Because I put the tiny little lip of that clamp that's still actually touching anything. Made a good connection. So now it's flashing green because it's charging. But I'm going to have to cut those cables off and put decent quality, if anyone can actually find any decent quality clamps with decent metal, copper, or whatever. This one's a really good one. This is a diehard, and that's hooked onto an interstate battery that I've been charging for the last probably 8 years just to keep it going in case I need it. And that battery is probably about 12 plus years. And this one, if you push the top button here, it'll show you the quality of the battery, what it's charged, and it's at 100%. And that goes, show you, that goes to that charger, and these big cables go to the diehard. I've had this charger for, I believe, 8 years, and I bought it from Menards, and the battery clamps are still pristine. They're not corroded and rotting out and falling apart. And that is also a smart charger. You can use that on motorcycle batteries, anything small. And it has different AGM, standard AGM, and gel, and different charging levels. You can do 30, down a little farther, down, down, down. $30 amp, 12 amp boost. 30 to 12 amp boost, it looks like, but 80 amp engine start and 6 to 2 amp charge and maintain. and it's a smart charger, so it does really well with everything. But I only have one and have to spread it out amongst these other things. And like I said, that Viking from Harbor Freight, that's a really good one. I've got 3 of those. I leave it out on my camper batteries, which I have 2 12 volts inline marine batteries. And I also leave them on my lawn tractors, along with solar on some of them. So thanks for watching. Hope this helped.